Good evening. I'm Carolyn Casson, President and CEO of Michigan Women Forward, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our WomanUp business plan and pitch competition. These competitions are being held all over the state. This is actually our third competition, and we're thrilled to be holding our 10th pitch competition here in Southeast Michigan. Now, we're virtual again this year. We love being in person, but it just hasn't worked out over the last few years. But that did not stop over 150 women from across the state in submitting their 2-page business concept papers last October. With the help of volunteer reviewers, we narrowed that decision down to 40 finalists, 10 of whom are going to be pitching to you tonight. But before we jump into the pitches, I want to introduce you to our esteemed judges. I'm going to call on each of them to join me and tell us a little bit about what they do when they're not judging pitch competitions. First, Pierre Baton. Hey, Pierre.
Hey, Carolyn. Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here. So thank you for inviting us to this wonderful pitch competition. I'm Pierre Baton. I lead corporate responsibility work for JP Morgan Chase here in Detroit and Michigan as a whole. I'm happy to call Detroit home, as well as Michigan for the last decade. And so really excited, again, just to take part in this and really pumped just to hear some of the incredible pitches coming out tonight.
Great. Thanks so much, Pierre. Next is Jillian Rosen. Hey, Jillian.
Hey, good evening, Carolyn and Pierre and everyone out there. I'm Jillian Rosen. I serve as the Vice President for Community Investment at the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation. We are a place-based philanthropic organization serving all of Washtenaw County. And I wake up every day thinking about how do we align philanthropic capital to better serve our communities. And I'm so honored and privileged to be here tonight with all these entrepreneurs and esteemed judges.
And last but absolutely not least, Tasha Tabron.
Hi, everyone. Hope you can hear me okay. Great to be with you all and excited to work with the judges today. My name is Tasha Tabron, and I serve as a social investment officer at the Crespi Foundation. I am a serial impact investor, so really excited about the work that all of you are leading in your companies, and would love to hear more about how you're going to impact the work and create economic opportunity within the Southeast Michigan space. Good to see you all today.
Great. Well, judges, you're going to do a wonderful job tonight, I know. And I want to say thank you to all of you. For those of you out there that are watching, the judges have already been hard at work over the last few weeks. They've been reviewing each finalist's 10-page business plan, which accounts for about 60% of the final score. Now, tonight they're going to hear the pitch, and the entrepreneurs are going to be receiving 40% of their score from tonight's event. Each finalist is going to have 3 minutes to pitch, and we're going to keep them to that 3 minutes, and up to 5 minutes for the judges to ask questions. Well, are you ready, judges? All right, let's get started.
Great. Thank you, Carolyn. We'll see you a little bit later for the awards a little bit later. Right. Always exciting. All right, welcome, judges. I won't take up too much time here. We want to get things kicked off and rolling, so we've got 10 pitches to listen to this evening. But just a reminder, what Carolyn said, each finalist will have 3 minutes. We'll be very strict about that 3 minutes, so we'll cut them off, and they can finish their sentence. Then they'll go into 5 minutes Q&A with the judges. At this time, I'm going to bring in our timer for this week, Cece Warner. She is replacing Laura this week. We're so excited to have her. So Cece is going to be the one who you will hear calling time if necessary. And we're just going to get things going. So first, I would like to introduce Porsha Clemens with Heart of Worship Dance Studio. Hi, Porsha. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing pretty good.
Great. Well, this is a wonderful start to our evening because we can see and hear you. So no technical difficulties there, which I'm going to knock on some wood right now. And then we have a PowerPoint from you, which I'm going to go ahead and put into our stream. We can see that. So Porsha, how this works, and you are our first one to kick us off this evening, is when you start talking, Cece, our timer, will start the 3-minute countdown. When she calls time, you may finish your sentence, and then you will move into a 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So again, you're kicking us off. You're going to do great. Take a deep breath. Let it out when you are ready.
Yeah. Imagine sitting in the classroom and your teacher saying, Porsha, why do you talk like that? What do you mean? I'm from Mississippi. This is my accent. No, I'm talking about your improper grammar. Those were the words of my 3rd grade teacher. Her words destroyed my confidence, and shortly after, I was placed with labels on me, and it wasn't Chanel. I always wanted someone to free me from struggling in silence. It took 7 years for my freedom to come. When I was 15 years old, I saw a dance group perform at school, and it captured my attention. I saw freedom and confidence while watching them dance. That's what I wanted. I knew I had to create an opportunity for youth who struggle with disabilities as I did. I wanted to give them a safe place. I wanted to give them a place to build their confidence. Hi, I am Porsha Clemens. I am the founder and CEO of Heart of Worship Dance Studio, located in Flint, Michigan. I am passionate about teaching dance to youth, underprivileged youth in my community, as faith as our foundation. Meet Devancia. I met her in 2019 in the back of the classroom, hiding with labels that was placed on her. And I caused her to hide from others. She reminded me of my younger self. I introduced Devancia to dance to help boost her confidence. She participated in after-school programming, which offered different genres of dance, along with our mentorship that encourages and inspires growth. Today, she is in her 2nd year at University of Michigan studying social work. If I asked her today, she would proudly say, joining Heart of Worship Dance Studio was a catalyst of becoming a thriving, successful student and a young woman. My passion is to help the youth in my community has enabled me to build a team to promote hundreds of youth. We are a team of 6, and our mission is to give our youth hope. Our mission is to help more students like Devancia. In order to do that, we will need to be in a bigger space. My plan for growth includes creating more after-school programming, increasing in marketing area, and we also will fill a larger space to draw in more paying customers. My ask today is for the $10,000. We will use the $10,000 to secure a bigger location that will allow us to grow from helping 85 students to 200 students. Heart of Worship is more than just dance. We also teach them how to win in life. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, we can go ahead and go on with our questions.
Porsha, great job. Hi, I'm Jillian. It's great to meet you, and thank you for the amazing presentation and the thorough business plan. Something that I was curious about was because you're using a place-based strategy to bring and build community and share the love of dance. Have you thought about, when and if COVID interrupts our lives again, how that might impact your business operations and your business model, and thoughts that you've been having around sort of, unfortunately, the future of COVID and the work that you want to do?
Yes, so we have been there. I put in place where we did virtual dance classes. It was a success. We was even able to put on a show called Dancing Through COVID, where it was sold out. We had over 400 viewers, and the platform we used was on YouTube. And so it worked. I was able to reach people not just from Flint, but we was also able to do Saginaw in Detroit. And I also was able to create a pre-dance recording course where students were able to dance and learn the dance moves on their own. And I was able to include my dance students. And so we will pair up and they will be our assistant and they will do the dance as well. So students will see that, hey, here go a youth, they're doing it as well, just like me, to encourage them. And then we also, I just limited my class sizes as far as the sizes that I was able to help in class, and it was still a success. We had to teach more classes, but our classes were still full.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Porsha, pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much again for just taking the time to pitch to us. I was wondering if you could share some of kind of your background of what led you to dance and your experience with it, as well as your team.
Yeah, so I danced in college. I was in the band. When I came home from college, I danced on a pro team called Detroit Pride for the Detroit Lions. And I felt like I was stuck in both worlds. I was also the dance leader at my church, and I was I was also a dancer for the Detroit Lions. And so I felt like I was a sex symbol. And so I knew I was called to dance, but I wanted to do it on a positive level. So I finished off my year. I didn't go back, and I started How to Worship Dance Studio. I created my own platform. I'm like, I know I'm not the only Christian. I know I'm not the only one that want their child to dance to positive music and inspirational music and not be considered as a sex symbol. And that's what made me. And then also too, students a lot of times watch on TV, actors and dancers, and they think they're just going to show up and be on there. But not only do I just show my students but I teach them how to brand and market themselves, how to come up with their own tuition, how to, we have students that tried out for the Detroit Pistons minis, and now that they're dancers, but they also getting paid to dance. And so I just use everything that I have learned, and I just make sure I give it to my students in Flint that's not fortunate or have the same opportunities as other youth. And that's why I work with the single parent home and underprivileged youth, because I want them to have the same opportunities as I did.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed your business plan, and I enjoyed your pitch. So thank you for spending time with us today. My question is was partially answered, which was about other things and services that you provide as part of your program. But the other part was about like who else in the marketplace would be supporting or servicing. What are your peers, or what are your competition, or what do you think that space looks like for you?
Well, one unique thing that I do about my dance studio is I offer incentives. So my students able to do fundraisers to raise for their tuition. So like, for example, my competition team, they raised over $15,000. That took care of their whole year of fundraising. So when I look at other dance studios, they're not doing that. They're not family oriented. They're not putting things in place. If you can't pay for the tuition, they're sending you out the door. And so I get my community involved. We did the Dr. Dancer fundraiser. We raised over $10,000, and you had people in the community that was able to invest in our children that's in our community. And yeah, and so when I look at other studios in my area, my market, they're not doing the same thing I'm doing. They're not in the Flint trying to make sure their students are dancing professional and getting paid, and making sure that they're just being modest and not forming into the world, doing what everybody else doing. But I make sure my students stand out and that they stay true to themselves and they still can be who they want to be.
Sorry to cut you off, Porsha, but that's 5 minutes and we'll have to be moving on to our next finalist. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Porsha. Great job. Way to kick us off.
Thank you.
Okay, so judges, you've got a good feel for how this goes. We'll give you just a couple seconds to finish up your scores for our first one. And I would like to mention to the audience, not sure if I brought this up at first, but we do have 2 different categories that are being pitched tonight. So we're starting out with our startup category. We will go to our established category a little bit later. So the 5 people pitching in the startup category are pitching against each other for those cash prizes. And then the established category is pitching against each other as well. A lot of people get really excited for that audience choice vote, which is where you, the audience, will be able to choose your favorite pitch across both categories this evening, and that person will win $1,000. We will do that a little bit later this evening after everyone is pitched, but you'll want to stay right here and stay tuned so that you can do that a little bit later. But now I'd like to bring in our next finalist to pitch, Milan Bidari. Hi, Milan. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well, thanks. I'm going to bring in your PowerPoint presentation that we have. Do you want to go ahead and make it full screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. We can see you, we can hear you. So how this works is when you start talking, Cece is going to start the 3-minute timer. If she needs to, she'll call time at 3 minutes, at which point you can finish your sentence, and then you'll move into 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath, let it out when you're ready.
All right, thank you. And hello, everyone. My name is Milan Bidari, and I'm the founder and CEO of Mouvit, an autonomous robot company that is absolutely revolutionizing the golf and entertainment industries. What we're finding is that labor shortages are hitting very hard, especially when it comes to local businesses like golf courses and businesses in the entertainment sector like local amusement parks and zoos. These venues have been left scrambling, trying to meet their customer demand for food and beverages with the very little help that they have at their venues. In fact, we spoke to over 40 golf courses in Michigan and found that most of them are so short-staffed that they're not able to run their beverage carts more than 4 hours a day, and that's 3 days a week. And so obviously they're losing revenues from their beverage cart services, and their customer satisfaction is going down. Our solution at Mouvit is really simple: an autonomous robot that acts as either a replacement or acts in order to enhance the traditional beverage cart service. Much like a very traditional beverage cart, these bots can be priorly loaded with beverages and snacks, and golfers can use our easy, simple app to pay and order items that are placed in the bot. They can then get notified when the bot arrives with their order, and then they can easily and securely pick up their order by scanning the QR code that is located on the bot. Our technology is super innovative, super exciting, and provides a really unique experience for the golfers that are on the golf courses where we provide our service. Our revenue model is to generate revenue through a 15% share with the venues where we deploy, as well as through a flat fee that's charged to the end user in lieu of a tip. We've already signed up multiple customers to run pilot trials this year, and we've also been talking to organizations like the Michigan Golf Course Owners Association in order to expand our reach. We plan on deploying a total of 12 bots this year, and we have partnered with organizations like Intent Design, which is an engineering firm based out of Farmington Hills, in order to actually build our bots at their facility. Our management team has over 100 years of experience in business development, product development, and sales in both the automotive and software industries. Today, we're asking for $10,000 in order to hire interns so that we can run our summer pilot trials, and these will be local engineering interns. We hope you'll join us as we solve the #1 problem for local entertainment venues in a truly unique and exciting way. Thank you, and I'll take any questions that you might have.
Hi, Milan. Jillian here. What a great presentation. It was so awesome to see the bot in motion. It was one of the things I was curious about, so I'm so glad you included that. I'm curious about, for those that you've piloted with or done any focus groups at the customer level, what they say their experience is, and what advice have they been giving to you to continue improving the experience on sort of point-to-point concession.
Yeah, definitely. So we've actually run over 60 miles with our bots, and we've dispensed about 200 items so far already. And what we're finding is that staff and customers actually are really excited about this technology. Obviously, it's new, it's interesting, it's not something that they see every day. So in the beginning, most of the feedback has just been like, oh, this is really cool, exciting. How does it work, right? Making sure that they really understand how it works. So we've been, putting out flyers, and we usually have somebody there to show them, how to download the app and how it works. So that's kind of been the initial reception, that people are super excited about it. And in terms of the staff, the other thing that we have is they're very concerned about being able to make sure that they are able to set their own prices and their own products, because obviously each venue knows what they sell. And that's why we have a software backend that allows them to customize exactly what they sell and set the prices.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Milan. As you know, I also just want to say thanks so much. It was great to see the video of the bot. That was like exciting, I think, from this end. I'm curious, Michigan, obviously our climate is very seasonal. And so I was curious if you could share kind of what the plan is or the strategy will be, kind of as you're looking to continue to scale this company going forward in Michigan or beyond.
Yeah, definitely. That's certainly one of the concerns, right? Because Michigan, even though I think it's number 3 in terms of number of golfers who play every year, the climate is, only good for a couple of months. So what we've actually been doing is during the winter months, we've been running it at indoor venues like bowling alleys and gyms, alternate venues where it's still in the same entertainment industry, but they're indoor. And so we're still able to get that same kind of revenue and customer traction. And in the summer, we shift towards more outdoor venues where obviously, people go outdoors in the summer. So that's what we've been doing. And our plan is over the next couple of years to deploy some bots in other states as well. But for now, for the next 2-3 years in Michigan, this is what we're planning.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good day. So you did a wonderful job within your business plan of kind of outlining the competitive advantage that you have. But I do have a question around like, how do you keep other competitors into entering into your space? Because you've got a unique niche. So how do you kind of think about keeping competitors from stealing your idea?
Yeah, I would say we have about 2 to 3 different advantages. One is obviously on the IP side, we've filed patents. And so the actual technology that we're using is covered by IP protection. We have patents for that. Second is obviously it's very technology intensive, right? So it's not simple for someone to just come and say like, oh, you guys have a great business, let me build an autonomous robot too. We have a lot of very experienced people on our team who are from the automotive and the software industries who bring a lot of know-how, who bring a lot of expertise in terms of the technology that we've developed. And certainly it'll be difficult to kind of match our team. And the third thing is also in terms of the market that we're going after and the connections that we have. I mentioned, we have some really good connections with local, golf associations and, pathways where we can distribute our technology.
All right, judges, any other questions? All right, well, good job, Milan.
All right.
All right, thanks, Milan. Great job.
Thank you. It was great to see you guys. Thank you.
See you later. Kind of like watching Star Wars on the golf course, right? I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a really cool concept. Okay. Next, I'm going to bring in our third finalist, Jackie Smythe. Hi, Jackie. How's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
Great. We can see you. We can hear you. I know you have some slides, so I'm going to put those in our stream here.
Perfect.
And how this works is when you start talking, Cece will start her 3-minute timer. At 3 minutes, she'll cut you off if she needs to. You can finish your sentence, and then you will go into your Q&A with the judges for 5 minutes. So take a deep breath. When you start talking, Cece will start timing when you're ready.
Awesome. So my name is Jackie Smythe, and I'm founder and CEO of INFKNIT Apparel. INFKNIT eliminates the need to overpack with reversible, sustainable travel wear. So basically, back in 2018, I was studying entrepreneurship and sustainability with Michigan State in Costa Rica, and I was traveling all over the country for 2 weeks. I ended up being the only person on the trip who checked a bag. So I'm lugging around this 50-pound suitcase for 2 weeks in Costa Rica, while everyone else has this like 15-pound carry-on. And bottom line, the final project for the class was to create a business idea and pitch it. So I ended up coming up with INFKNIT Apparel. I was slipping some clothes inside out and thought, why not have something reversible and cute? So I came to the realization that I wasn't in this alone. Greater than 62% of Americans overpack when traveling. And even more so, greater than 90% of women admit to only wearing 10% of their closet. So even when people are not traveling, they're really wearing those same pieces over and over again. To solve this issue, I created reversible, sustainable travel wear. Basically, you can wear INFKNIT products in an infinite number of ways. Our customer can throw 3 to 5 pieces in their carry-on and have 20 to 30 outfits for any getaway. I actually launched INFKNIT back in 2019 with a successful Kickstarter campaign, and that was my sophomore year of college with this dress. It has 5 loops going up the side of the dress that allow our customer to alter the length. So you pull the loops through the ties and voila, you have a completely new look. So with that, we've had some awesome traction throughout these course of the past few years. And I did just graduate from Michigan State in December. So I finished a semester early so I could go full time into business with INFKNIT. And we've had 3 features in British Vogue, over $20,000 in sales, which has been while I was pursuing my degree in supply chain management. And then we actually have an upcoming event partnership with Neiman Marcus during Earth Day. So I'm super excited about that. We have an awesome event planned from the 22nd through the 24th. We're going to have some bites and a juice bar, so you should definitely stop by. It's at Neiman Marcus Troy. So one of the big challenges that has come from being a female entrepreneur has been funding. And I actually started raising money with an LOI I received from Neiman's back in December. And I got my first term sheet signed and things were going really well. And then I was continuing to raise money and I was put into some really unsafe situations being a young female founder. So I decided to finish out with bootstrapping my assets. So that hasn't been ideal, but obviously this 10K has the capacity to completely change my life. For this upcoming event partnership with Neiman's, I'm using the money that I make from social media managing, which is what I do on the side. I'm an independent contractor for small businesses. So most of this would be going to labor, which is done in Pontiac with Detroit Sewn, but a lot of it would be going to things like insurance and tags. So thank you so much
All right,
for listening. And of course, travel further with Bless and check us out on INFKNIT.com.
Hey, Jackie, Jillian here. What a great idea and a wonderful presentation. It seems that you've really taken the time to know your market, know your customers, and to help them solve their problems. I'm curious about sort of breaking into the apparel market, which has a lot of big brands and sort of clockwork, fast production cycles. And so I was curious about your strategies for breaking into a pretty active market, and also any thoughts on partnerships inside the travel industry who could perhaps get you to customers quickly.
Exactly. Yes. That's a great question. So with that, that's something I've struggled with, is reaching the right people, because it is really hard to build those connections being in the space. And that's actually why I brought in an advisor. So Matthew Growney, he's the head of special projects at Puma. And then he also works with a variety of apparel brands. So I brought him in on my advisory board. He has some ownership in the company and he's helping me really break into that space, because that's something that I just don't have the 20 years of experience in. And then also with the hotel partnerships you mentioned. So I'm super excited. We've done some partnerships with the graduate hotels. We have 2 more pop-ups coming up there in May, one in Ann Arbor and then one in East Lansing. So I planned them during the weekends of graduation to try to get the most traffic in EL and at MS, or in EL and at U of M.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie, no questions on my end. I do just want to say, I, as a man, am very guilty of overpacking as well. This is a gender neutral, sex neutral problem in society. And so I do think this is a very innovative and creative just idea in terms of being sustainable, as well as just allowing folks to try something new. So
thank you. We actually do, some of our products are unisex. So our long sleeves, even though we do our marketing, we target toward women just because that obviously helps filter in customers better. But our products are unisex. So we have a lot of males that wear our reversible long sleeves as well.
good to know.
My question has actually been answered because Jillian took part of that. And it was really about understanding where you think your customers will come from, where do you market to? But I do want to echo all of the comments about the products and how well you did on your business plan. So congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you. I actually taught myself Illustrator in like 48 hours and made all those designs. But also I wanted to mention, you mentioned the hotel partnerships as well. And there's another partnership that we're pursuing with a hotel in LA, and it's called Hotel Figueroa. And so I'm hoping that the traction from the Neiman's event will help with that partnership. And that would be more of like a runway style event at the hotel.
Awesome. Well, we have a little bit of time. Does anybody else have any questions? All right. Well, good job, Jackie. Congratulations.
Nice job, Jackie. Thanks for joining us. And we'll
Thank
see
you
you a
so
little
much
bit
for
later.
having me.
Okay. Next up, we have Paula Tutman with Zuke. Hi, Paula. How are you? Paula, are you there? Oh,
I don't think she can hear us.
I don't think she can hear us either. I think we're having some slight difficulties here, but that's okay. All right. Cece, I'm gonna let you take over for just a second here while I work this out with Paula, okay?
That sounds like a plan.
Can you hear me?
This is so weird having to judge.
Can you hear me? Are
Yeah.
you able to hear me?
She's such a legend.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Oh no, she can't hear us. Okay. I'm going to just hop
Can you
out.
hear me?
Cece, I'm gonna let you take over real quick and then
You can hear me?
we'll figure this out.
Can you
All
nod
right.
your head if you can hear me? I can't hear you though. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Hi, let me introduce myself. I'm Paula L. Tutman, and I am the creatorpreneur and inventor of BraLessBra Instant Cleavage Sculpting Solution, an innovation to the breast lifting tape market that lifts and supports all the way to an end cup. And I am here to claim that $10,000 first place prize so I can market, and let women know we're here to support them. Perhaps you've been to a wedding and there was at least one bridesmaid who didn't look great in that dress. She didn't choose it. She's there to support her girl, but her girls are getting no support because she's big breasted. And that dress is backless, strapless, and deep plunging at the same time. And she has no shot of finding a compatible bra. Or perhaps the women in the audience have something in their closet they can't wear because they can't bag the sag, even in their existing bra. Christina is a Macomb mom of two. She told me that she hated her body because of what she calls pancake boobs. She didn't even like the way she looked on her wedding day. But when she tried BraLessBra, you can see her posture immediately straightened. Her breasts are lifted, and she is showing off that beautiful hourglass figure. So let me show you how the magic works. You take the tape, you affix it to the middle of your chest, you pull up high and tight as you want to go, creating that invisible sling-like support, and voila, high school boobs. So while you admire this amazing 3-inch lift, I'm going to drop some stats. 75% of women are a D cup or larger, yet for some reason, the fashion industry largely caters to only 25% of the population, but not us. We see that as a huge opportunity to address the needs of women who say they are unseen and invisible by much of the fashion industry. Now, we do have competitors on the market, but this is not a saturated field like, say, energy drinks or sneakers. And we have huge competitive advantages. We are the only breast lifting tape on the market that is manufactured right here in the USA. Only our tape is translucent, so women don't have to color match their skin. And we redefine that very definition of that word called nude. And only our tape does that. Size customizable without scissors next to tender skin. I have an incredible 100% female team. We have a combined 110 years of experience in business, sales, and media. But because we're selling direct to consumer online, that doesn't mean those skills translate to that squirrely thing called social media. And so if we win, we will use that money to hire an ad and social media manager to help us hone our message, cut through that clutter, reach our customer, and convert that audience and that exposure into sales. Our motto is stop letting your bra dictate your fashion choices and love your look even more. And I'm not only the innovator, but of course I am a customer. Look, Ma, no bra, and I am a G cup. I hope you will support me as I
That's
support
time.
other women along with my team. And I can't hear you, so I need to look at the chat for your questions. I'm so sorry, I can't hear you. I hope you could hear me.
Okay,
great.
let's do
Thank
this.
you. I'd
Let's
love
go
to
ahead
answer your
and
questions, and thank you for the opportunity, by the way. Can
we'll
you put
go ahead
questions in
and
the
if
chat?
you
I'm doing this blind. I'm flying blind here.
okay, so if anyone has a
Okay,
question,
hold
why don't
on,
you go
Ellie
ahead
says.
and say it, and then I'll type it into the chat and she can answer it for you. I know it's a little backwards way of doing it, but we're gonna make do here. All right, so
I
let's
love
start out with
technology when it doesn't work.
Jillian. Do you have a question?
Sure. I just want to go on record that when I was reading Paula's
So is
proposal,
that a
I was like
question being asked? Can that go in the
shouting
chat? Because I cannot hear.
in praise. When
When
I
she
was
reading,
thinking,
hold on.
Just keep going.
my question is about the sort of adoption and getting women to like use this and perhaps
Is
show
there a
each
question
other.
there?
And so I'm wondering about their thoughts around
How can,
sort of
how do you
user
get
learning
women
of the
to
project.
adopt this? Oh, that's great. How do you get women to adopt this and use it? Thank you for that question. Well, the biggest thing, well, we know women want this, and we know that they need this, and we know that there are not products on the market currently that can address a certain size woman, and that's really 75% of the population. I think, again, it's cutting through that clutter. It is making sure that they understand that this is here literally to support them, and then also educating them into how to use it. Women are very smart. We can figure out the way to use things so they work for us and our bodies. But the biggest thing is, again, getting out there, letting women know that we're there to support them, and then showing them how this can work for them. You are awesome. Price point. Have you tested sensitivity okay, you are awesome. Thank you. Price point. Have you tested sensitivity to spend for this product? Yes. So we are a little more expensive than our competitors on the market. A lot of that is because we are made in the USA, and it was a fight. And we're still fighting to do that. But I feel vindicated because I have actually gone to our plant. I've met every single person. I've shaken the hands of every hand that touches my product. They tell me they're happy. Their managers know their name. They are getting benefits and they're well cared for. And so that's very, very important to me. In terms of sensitivity, so we are design engineered. It is an adhesive that goes on your skin, and skin can be sensitive, particularly if you do have sensitive skin. And so we warn you, listen, this is an adhesive on your body, but it is a medical grade tape engineered for human contact. And also because we're not repurposing something that's already on the market. I don't know if you can see this where you are, but we actually have something that we call comfort vents. So it allows the skin to breathe. So when you sweat, it doesn't necessarily fall off, and it's easier to just kind of take it off. I hope I answered your question. Go ahead and type any other questions you may have, judges. Okay. Yes, please, judges. Please type your questions.
Does anyone else have a question for Paula?
Please let me know.
Pierre, you do? Okay.
Okay, hold on. Ellie's telling me to hold on. Pierre is typing. All right, the one fella in the room. Paula, I can go home to my wife and let her know I learned something about body tape today. Question, can you speak to any patents? Oh, I love this question. Can you speak to any patents you may have to protect your market share? So Pierre, I just want to be perfectly honest about this. I personally do not like patents because what they do is they create a roadmap for other people to copy you, change the product about 30% and knock you off. That said, I get the whole patent system. And we are indeed patent pending. All of our trademarks have been granted for the business name, which is Zuke. BraLessBra is the product. So those trademarks have already been granted. But indeed, yes, we are patent pending for a utility patent. Okay, let's see here. Did I see something about, oh yeah, that was protect the market share. Okay, got it. Thanks, Ellie, great. Is this crazy, you guys? I don't think we have any others. Okay, so let me just say thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you, to brag about this product and my amazing team. And I do wish all the other participants great luck, because when one woman wins, we all win. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Paula. Oh man, what a way to improvise. How about that, huh? And thank goodness for chat. So we had practiced a couple times and thought we figured out the volume thing, but hey, sometimes these things happen. So extra points there to Paula for improvising. We appreciate that. All right, at this point, I would like to bring in our final finalist in the startup category this evening, Angeline Rabatero. Hi, Angeline, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
We're doing well. Okay, we can hear you. We can see you. I'm going to bring in your presentation that we have. If you want to go ahead and make that full screen, go ahead and do that.
Let me.
Perfect. All right, we can see it. Okay.
All right.
So how this works is when you start talking, Cece will start the 3-minute timer. She'll call time at 3 minutes if she needs to. You can finish your sentence, and then you'll move into your 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath. You're going to round out our startup category here. And when you are ready.
All right. All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Angeline Rabatero, and I am the founder and CEO of UPROAR Detroit. And we are a revolutionary jewelry company with a heart of recycled gold. Did you know that the traditional jewelry industry relies on a supply chain that depends on materials like blood diamonds and mercury mined gold? And not only has this killed over 3 million people to date, it's also contributed to things like modern day slavery, ecological damage, child labor, and displacement all across Africa and South America. I hate to say it, but it's true. Big box jewelry kills, and there's really nothing pretty about that. So what's the solution? I created UPROAR Detroit as a brand that, instead of taking lives, would empower them and improve them. So we provide a full line of eco-friendly jewelry, from earrings to engagement rings, that are uniquely designed and use reclaimed precious metals and responsibly sourced stones. But the biggest difference between UPROAR Detroit and our competition is that we also believe it's critical to invest in people. So that's why a portion of each sale is invested back into traditional mining communities via microloans, so that we can help create sustainable employment opportunities for people instead of working in violent and conflict-laden mines. So here you'll see a picture of Jeannie, and Jeannie is a mother of 8, and she actually used one of our microloans to purchase bulk clothing, which she then resold and used to send her children to school. So when you buy a piece from UPROAR Detroit, not only can you be sure that you're making a bold fashion statement with unique pieces that nobody else has seen before, you can also feel great about the cause you're supporting. We serve the fashion and eco-conscious consumer in a range of age groups and income levels. Some of our pieces, like our engagement rings, are very affordable, where others are more of a luxury product. I have about 10 years of experience in purchasing, project management, and team leadership, as well as over 15 years as a jeweler. And I also use a local manufacturer who produces jewelry for some of the biggest names in the business. And that allows us to keep minimal costs down, keeping low inventory, and having high flexibility for our customers. If we're fortunate enough to win, we want to use $7,000 for sales and marketing. That will help us hire a sales rep for wholesaling to get into boutiques, as well as facilitating pop-up events. We'll spend $2,500 on tooling so that we can scale faster, and another $500 on branded packaging and shipping materials. So with help, we can save lives, save the environment, and change the face of jewelry around the world.
Great presentation, Angeline. Jillian here. And actually, I don't have any questions, but just want to commend you on both the presentation tonight and your business plan.
Thank you.
Hey, Angeline. Again, thank you so much for just that presentation. I'm really curious about the microloan piece. And if you could maybe share a little bit more about that, and kind of what led your company in that direction.
Sure. So I think as the diamond industry, you'll start to see probably if you pay attention to engagement rings and things like that, we're moving away from mined stones into a lot of lab grown stones. And as the industry moves away, in a way it's good because we're reducing these things like the cartel violence and ecological impact, but it is also employment opportunities that are leaving. So when we think about the entire cycle of the product and the people who are working there, we wanted to do something that would help empower people to create their own alternative employment. So we actually use Kiva to take a portion of each sale, and we fund a lot of loans in specifically the DRC and those type of regions where people might resell clothes, they might open up a market, whatever they think that they need, so that they can have their own sustainable employment that's outside of these industries.
Thank you.
Really great work, and I love the sustainability models of this. Can you talk a little bit more about sourcing and the consistency of that? Meaning, as you begin to grow and grow and grow, how can you continue to have the consistency of the product offerings for folks? And as you're given that you're really kind of upscaling materials and so can you talk a little bit more about sourcing and making sure that consistency can go throughout as you scale?
Sure. A lot of that I think depends on our partners that we're using. So again, my manufacturer, they pull in for us a lot of like the recycled silver and gold that we use in our engagement rings. Our stones are actually like for those are lab created out of Europe. I have a small stock, that I keep, but a lot of them we're able to order, with normally supply chain issues notwithstanding a short lead time, but those are made sustainably with offshoots from the ceramic industry. And that factory actually uses alternative power as well. So it's just been a lot of research that has gone into finding suppliers that align with our goals. But everyone that we have worked with definitely has the capability to scale.
All right. Thank you, Angeline, and great job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angeline. We'll see you a little bit later. Okay, and with that, we are complete with the startup round of pitches. So very great first round. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that second round of established after our short break here. So we're going to let everyone go ahead and take a few minutes to get up, stretch, go refill that beverage, grab a snack, do whatever you need to do. And we'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Hey, welcome back, everybody, or if you are just joining us for the first time this evening, welcome to the 2022 Southeast Michigan WomanUp and Pitch virtual pitch competition. We're so excited to have you all here. We just wrapped up our first round of pitches, which was the startup category. We'll now be moving into the established category, 5 pitches in each category competing for prizes of $10,000, $5,000, and $2,500 for second and third place, respectively. Also, they will, one person tonight will walk away with the audience choice vote of $1,000. Again, people are asking, how do I get to vote in the audience choice? We'll walk you through that just as soon as all of the pitches are over. So at this point, I'd like to bring back into the stream our esteemed judges, Jillian, Pierre, and Tasha. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so that first round is underway. We're so excited to get things kicked off with the established, and we'll do that right now with Vicky Lewis with VMX International. Hello, Vicky. How are you?
Hello. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Well, we can see you, we can hear you. I'm actually going to pull CC Warner, who is our timer, in here. So, Vicky, how this works is when you start your pitch, CC will start the 3-minute timer. She'll cut you off at 3 minutes if she needs to, and then you'll go into your 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So, take a deep breath. You are kicking off our established round. You're going to do great when you're ready.
So the automotive industry is changing. They're changing all of their cars from combustible engines to electric vehicles. My name is Vicky Lewis, and I'm the president and CEO of VMX International. We're an environmental firm headquartered in the city of Detroit, and we specialize in the transportation, disposal, and recycling of waste. We provide this service nationally, and we've been doing it for 20 years. The problem we've identified is with the end-of-life electric vehicle batteries. Right now, it is projected that there will be over 20 million batteries by 2030. Just here in the state of Michigan, it is predicted that there will be thousands of batteries, perhaps hundreds of thousands of lithium-ion batteries that will need to be recycled. Byproducts from these batteries could end up in our landfills, destroying our planet, or worse, in the hands of pirates who can use items from these batteries to cause hurt, harm, or danger to individuals. Just picture if it's in a piece of equipment that might cause a problem. What's more frightening than that is the sensitive nature of these batteries to catch fire, causing potential harm to the community and the environment. Our aim is to open a recycling center to guarantee the diversion from landfill or any other place that these dangerous materials are not authorized to go. With the eye on finding the best location, as an ambassador for the state of Michigan, increasing recycling centers, our focus will be on limiting the impact on vulnerable communities when we find our space. Our licensed environmental technicians will safely discharge, dismantle, and prepare the batteries for the next phase of recycling. This process, performed by our VMX experts, contributes byproducts back to the circular economy, and it'll reserve our planet's natural resources and protect our community from further environmental impact of the emissions that could be caused by potential fires. So we're asking for $10,000 to start this process by updating our website to inform our constituents, our community, and our clients of our new line of service. The updated website will offer easy access to place orders, to track the shipments all the way to the final disposition. Additionally, there'll be links set up to provide additional information on the benefits of recycling and maps so that they can find the closest recycling centers. And all of these efforts will help to reduce our planet's overall carbon footprint. Thank you. My name is Vicky Lewis.
Hi, Vicky. So nice to meet you. What a great idea, and really enjoyed reading your thorough business plan and seeing the evolution of your company. I'm curious, with this new service or business line, do you anticipate that these are existing customers that you'll convert to adding on this service, or are you looking for a different set of customers to bring in to this service?
So thank you, Julianne. Mostly existing customers. However, this is an emerging market. There's going to be a lithium ion battery from the tier 1, tier 2. So most of our original customers are original equipment manufacturers, GM, Ford, Chrysler, Nissan, who make the cars. But we also have their tier 1, tier 2s like Lear and Kuka and some of the other smaller manufacturers that support the OEMs that will also have the electric vehicle parts leading to putting the entire battery together. So there's going to be new and existing clients.
Thank you.
Hi, Vicky. Thanks again just for pitching to us. This is a really great idea. And this space is there, as you kind of hit on, there's so much there in terms of where we're going to be in the near term future. I'm really curious if you can kind of just briefly touch on the experience your team has kind of in terms of recycling these components in the future. Full transparency, this area is foreign to me in terms of understanding how battery recycling works. And so I was just wondering, when you say a new line of service, if this is something that your team currently has experience in terms of those core products for electric vehicles and PHVs and the like, or if there would be more of a training of your team component to build towards that as the market goes in that direction.
So VMX Internet, thank you, Pierre. So VMX International has been fortunate enough to be in this field for about 10 years. And the way that we got in is because there was no one in the sandbox. As a small business, an environmental business, we are able to start from the very beginning and do some research and be flexible there, even though there's no money there, where the larger companies would not even go there because they don't have that kind of time. That's the advantage we had with being smaller. So we started out very early on with Dr. Levi Thompson, who was one of the pioneers with experimenting with these cells up at U of M. I met him at Tech Town, and he introduced me to all of the key people on the research side in Boston, and they moved the first research facility here. It was called A123 Systems, and our company was the first company to manage those batteries as far as disposing of them. Now, all of the technology since that time has changed, because at that time we were just burning up batteries to try to get metals from them. Now there's different methods that can retrieve some of these metals without harming the environment, but it's still evolving. Everybody's learning. That's why it's a great time right now. So I sit on committees and I chair committees where all of the automotive industry is coming together to try to figure out best methods and KPIs in managing these batteries.
Thank you for that, Vicky. Thank you for wonking out with us really quick. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Time for another question? If we have time, thank you for this presentation. It warmed my heart because I was really concerned about environmental impacts of building batteries at this scale. So the question I have is, do you anticipate having to pay for this product, as people realize that there's a aftermarket value for a battery? So is that part of your model to have to pay for it?
So I believe that, and thank you, Tasha, the models are still being created. I believe that because it contributes to that circular economy, I believe that if I get the battery from the OEM, I may be getting it from him for free, but I may be selling what I get from it to that next level of recycling. So it's gonna, because the automotive industry, they want it to come back to them as a battery. So they want me to figure out repurposing, recycling, all the different type of usage. That's how I would make my money. So I think I would get it from them for free. And then I would sell it or repurpose it or use it for secondary usage someplace else. And along down the line, it will have more value. All
right, sorry to cut you off, Vicky, but that's 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tasha, for that question. And if you want more information, come and see me at VMX International, VMXI.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. Great job. Way to kick us off for the second round. And yes, we are putting all of the information for entrepreneurs in the description on YouTube and on Facebook. I believe that's going in the chat. So be sure to check out all of our entrepreneurs, their websites, and their social media platforms. Okay, next, I do want to bring in Christy Howden with Wolverine Pickleball. Hi, Christy. How are you?
Hello. Great.
All right. Well, we can see you. We can hear you. Great background. That's very fun. And okay, so how this works is when you start talking your presentation, Cece will start the 3-minute timer. She'll cut you off at 3 minutes if she needs to. You can finish your sentence, and then you'll go into your 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So just go ahead, get in your zone, and when you are ready, Cece will start timing. So when you're ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm Christy Howden, co-founder of Wolverine Pickleball. Who out there has played pickleball? Oh, I think I see a smile. For the rest of you, I'm sure you're thinking, pickleball? What is pickleball? Well, pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the country. It's a combination of badminton, ping pong, and tennis. It's accessible for all ages. We have ages 10 to 89 playing at our place, all athletic abilities. We have people new to paddle sport, to wheelchair players, to former Olympic athletes, all playing at our place. Takes about 20 minutes to learn, and then you're playing games, having fun, laughing. If you're an experienced player, it can be highly competitive and fast-paced. We started Wolverine Pickleball due to lack of places to play and for competitive program, and it has become so much more. It's not just pickleball. We have discovered that the community at large is craving new experiences, and they come try pickleball out of curiosity, and then they stay for the fun, the camaraderie, and community. A typical pickleball player or typical player at our place is Mickey. She tried pickleball on a whim. She was a single woman, new to the area. She learned to play pickleball a try. She was having fun, laughing, learning, meeting new people. She came back the next week. She came back a few more times. And within a month, she's got a whole new circle of friends that she's playing pickleball with on a regular basis and socializing with outside of pickleball. In fact, she just got back from vacation in Florida where she met up with players that she met at our facility to play pickleball and to visit and have a great vacation. And we hear stories like this on a weekly basis for men, women, college students, retirees, empty nesters, divorcees, people new to the area. They all love the community of Wolverine Pickleball and the fun and laughter that they're having playing pickleball. Even beyond the exercise and mental and physical benefits that they reap from it. We opened a bare bones DIY pickleball facility in a warehouse back in October of 2020. And we have thrived during this time of social isolation. We have a place where our players flourish. We have all sorts of player development programs going on. We arrange games, mixers, parties, everything to improve the community and get connections between players, people of all different backgrounds. And that's why people love it. We are rocking it at our warehouse. We are jam-packed and we are ready for growth. We have wait lists on a daily basis for our session play, and we're open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. We have a long wait list for players that want to become members of our facility. And on a weekly basis, we're teaching 12 to 20 players a week how to play pickleball. And that's all because of word of mouth without any advertising and just curiosity. And sometimes we're teaching that many in one day. Our plan is to build a big 12-court indoor pickleball facility. We'll be one of the largest in the country and definitely the largest in the Midwest.
Christy.
Oh.
Hi, Christy, Jillian here. Great job. I recently learned how to play pickleball, so I know how addictive and fun it can be. How are people hearing about this? So if you're having these wait lists, how are people finding out about pickleball and Wolverine, and how do you plan to leverage that going forward in expansion?
Well, people are finding out just word of mouth. People are spreading it. They want to share the community that we're in. They love it. We have done zero advertising. We are just jam-packed with that. And we have long wait lists. We're already, we just got an opportunity this past week to expand into the space next door to us so we can double our capacity to 4 courts. And that's what we're really hoping for, the $10,000 prize, to make that happen in just a few weeks' time and transform our business, because we know we can fill it. people are just loving the community and loving the pickleball that they get to play with us.
Thank you.
Hi, Christy. I was wondering if you could share with us just a little bit. I know your time got cut off there, but you had started talking about you want to build this 12-court facility. And so I was wondering if you just share a little bit more information about the facility and what that would entail.
So we're obviously going to stair step it. We're in 4 courts right now. We'll add 4 more courts in the next month. And we plan to build a 12-court facility with a bar, bocce ball, and sand volleyball to be a really great community center, a gem for our community. We can bring people together. We run tournaments where people come from out of state, Canada, and can get a couple hundred people for just that even. Besides just our local events that bring people of all ages and backgrounds together and just having wonderful community and fellowship.
Hello, love the idea. It sounds like you're doing really great in growing the business. Businesses are struggling for workforce and for talent to work inside the facilities. Can you talk a little bit more about how you're attracting people to work in your space?
Oh, that is not an issue for us. People are clamoring to work at our place. They just want to be part of the vibe. They just enjoy being around people that play pickleball. We have people who just stop by just to watch and see who's playing because they love that dopamine hit of hearing that ball bounce around and just the interesting people they'll meet there. And we don't have any problems hiring people. We have people who volunteer just to help to be around. Like they don't even want to get paid. They just want to help us and grow the community and be a part of it.
All right, great. Thank you, Christy. Great job. Are there any more questions? All right.
Okay, great job, Christy. Thank you so much. And I have seen so many people out playing pickleball, not recently because it's winter, obviously, but back in the fall and in the spring. So I guess I need to give this thing a go, right?
It's so fun. You'll love it. I promise.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Great job. We'll see you later. All right. So that was Christy Howden, Wolverine Pickleball. Up next, I would like to bring in Ida Byrd-Hill with Automation Works. Hi, Ida. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here, but I don't have a picture.
Okay. Well, if you would like to quickly try signing out and coming back in, you can do that. Or if you would like to pitch without the picture, we can do that as well. Okay. She's going to sign off and come back on. Figured that would be the choice. Cool. All right. While she's doing that, just want to know, have any of you judges have you ever judged in a pitch competition before? Or is this your first one?
I've judged a couple.
Pierre's done. Okay. Jillian, Tasha, either of you, have you done any pitch competitions before?
Yes, I have done pitch competition judging before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jillian?
Yes, but not in the for-profit space. Most of it's about usually innovation in the nonprofit space. So it's nice to hear about revenue streams and profitability here, to be totally honest.
Okay. And so you all had to review these 10-page business plans ahead of time. And so what are your thoughts when you kind of take together the 10-page business plan that they presented along with their pitch? Do you feel like the pitch is helping kind of fill in some of those questions that you had? Do you feel like the pitch is just a really great kind of short and condensed version of that business plan? Like, what is that like for you to read and hear?
You have context when you have an opportunity to hear someone's idea. Like you think it's a cool idea on paper, but then you get to see it live, just like we saw the robot today. It gives you the imagination. It gives you an opportunity to see how something can be real for someone. So I think the pitch just enhances what you read. It gives you some confidence even about, how that vision can come to life. And so, I'm a numbers person. I'm pretty linear. So I'm always looking for the investable idea. But then you get the emotion and the realness behind it when you get the pitch.
That's a great point, Tasha. Actually, with that, we do have Ida on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her into the stream. Hi, Ida. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How's everyone doing today?
Great. Well, really great now that we can see your face. So thanks for joining us. So how this works is when you start talking, Cece will start the 3-minute timer. She'll call time at 3 minutes. You can finish your sentence if you need to. And then you'll go into your 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So next time. Excited. Yes, so exciting. So next time you start talking, Cece will start that timer. So when you are ready.
I'm Ida Byrd-Hill, CEO of Automation Workz, and we're located right here in the city of Detroit, where 95% of residents live below middle class at an average wage of $16 per hour. This is poverty, and it leaves the city dotted with abandoned buildings, trash, and crime. But there is hope. Detroit is in the midst of a mobility revolution, creating thousands of highly skilled tech jobs. And I'm thrilled because Automation Workz provide a 12-month college alternative training preparing women and people of color for tech careers in cybersecurity, network engineering, and computer programming. We personalize the training process for each learner based on their goals, obstacles, and visions to motivate them through the end of their training. Our typical learner is a single female parent like Miranda. Miranda is a frontliner, a restaurant worker who got laid off at the beginning of the pandemic. She has been a restaurant worker for 10 years and has worked on her feet 50 hours a week and every single holiday. Today, after attending Automation Workz Cisco Certified Network Technician training, Miranda is a remote tech support worker earning $22.87 an hour. She is ecstatic because she's no longer working on her feet. And in fact, she was able to enjoy her first holiday, Christmas and New Year's, paid by her new employer on top of her standard 2-week vacation benefit. Now that we have found her inner tech superhero, she has come back to Automation Workz to study Python programming with the goal to earn $50 an hour, and she can do it. Our higher job offer received to date is $120,000. Miranda proves that the Automation Workz formula is working. Our revenue quadrupled from $89,000 in 2020 to $353,000 in 2021. With our newest partner, Pearson, a global billion-dollar educational content provider, we are sure we're going to increase our revenue twofold in 2022. We will use the $10,000 prize money to pay for advertising to fuel our growth. I ask you to invest in the growth of Detroit and the growth of Automation Workz as we improve the income in the city of Detroit.
Hi, Ida. Jillian here. Congratulations on a great pitch and presentation, and what an amazing service you're bringing to your community. I was curious about the price point that you chose and the different levels based on individual or institution, and sort of the comparables in the industry that you're working in, and whether you think that's the top of the price point or is there room for growth over time?
Well, our price point is at $99,750 for an individual, but we give discounts for group. So right now we have Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation, which is Detroit Workforce Development Department. We provide the service to them at a discount because of volume. And so we do that depending upon the amount of volume that we receive, whether it's a corporation or a government institution. What makes us a little unique for our individuals is that unlike most schools that have them do loans, we don't do loans at all, even for individuals. We actually have what we call an income sharing agreement plan that we manage internal, and we only charge them to tuition. So they give us $100 up front, and they don't pay the tuition until they get a better job or complete the program, whichever happens first. Every student has walked away with a couple jobs because we start them early in the process and we build it into the curriculum. So we're hoping that we will get our money back, but we know that we're doing a good thing because we're not putting them into loans, period.
Thank you for sharing that additional detail and for the compassionate way that you're doing pricing and payment. I think that is quite unique and certainly a competitive advantage in the education and technology field.
Thank you.
Hi, Ida. I share Jillian's, I think, excitement around this idea. I know Tasha and I were on a call earlier today where this notion of kind of the, tech jobs for Detroiters, the future. What does that look like? What's the answer there? Credentialing. How do you get people in that pipeline? And so ironically, here we are, you're pitching, doing a company that is doing exactly that in the city. So it's really exciting to just to meet you and hear a little bit more about this. You answered my initial question, which was going to be kind of who more so you were targeting, whether it would be individuals in Detroit, given the price point being around 9,000, or institutions like DSC. And you just provided the answer to that. And so, again, I just want to say thanks for taking the time to, pitch to us. And I think it's a really creative way of solving a challenge that we have here in Detroit.
Thank you.
I too echo the fellow judges. The first thing I was concerned about is how do we, given your niche population, how do they pay for it? And so I commend you for being, thoughtful about that and coming up with a solution that supports that population, as well as, it also builds confidence for us that your product works, because you're going to get paid once these folks get better wage jobs. So commend you for that. And thank you for thinking about this kind of a solution for Detroit.
And thank you for having me. One of the things that I really do believe in are young people. They are very, very talented, and oftentimes they get ignored. And we're just seeing them just coming to us in droves because we do believe in them.
Any other questions for Ida while we have her?
Ida,
right.
just one quick one. Sorry, Ellie.
No, go ahead.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the process in terms of, someone goes through the training, they receive it, and then actually matching them with a position at a variety of different firms. Because oftentimes that can be a challenge, even once someone is able to obtain, a credential or a certification that they need within the workforce development plan.
And that is definitely the biggest challenge. And we usually do not wait until the end. Unlike most schools who do job search separate, we actually build it into the curriculum. So we know when they start the process, even before they start the class, we help them do their goals and their vision of where they're going. So we kind of have some idea of where they're going to land. But we build it within the curriculum because we want to talk about it regularly. So even before our program is a 12-month college alternative, the first 6 to 8 weeks, they go through introduction to Internet of Things. So we start looking for their first job then, because they may have 2 or 3 jobs before they finish. Then we have in the middle, when they finish their intro to networking course, they take a 2-month career break. And in that 2 months, we spend all of the time helping them with their resumes, with their LinkedIn, and getting them in front of
sorry to
people.
cut you off, but that is 5 minutes.
Okay.
Great job, Ida. Thank you so much for pitching tonight, for being with us. We wish you the best of luck. We'll see you a little bit later.
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks. Ida Byrd-Hill with Automation Works. Next up in the established category, we have India Armstrong with Baby University. Hi, India. How are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. We can see you, we can hear you, so you're good to go. So how this works is when you start talking, Cece will start the 3-minute timer. When she calls time, if she needs to, you can finish your sentence. Then you'll go into your 5-minute Q&A with the judges. So how it works, like I said, next time you start talking, Cece starts timing. So when you are ready.
I'm ready now because my 4-year-old's probably going to run in here at any time. So I'm India Armstrong. I am the co-founder of Baby University. We provide flexible, innovative solutions to childcare. So in addition to our licensed childcare facility, we also have date night daycare. And what I'm here to pitch today is our child-friendly co-working space. So the problem is we are growing increasingly more isolated and also unproductive. I remember during COVID working at my computer and having my 2-year-old come in. I swear I'm not prompting this. Okay, give me 1 second. Having my 2-year-old come in, and she wanted to talk to me. And as I'm doing now, I would kind of have to shush her away and have her wait. because I just didn't have the bandwidth. 5 minutes, Mama. There you go. I knew it. I literally said this. She's been away the whole time. But nonetheless, so we decided to create a child-friendly co-working space where you can come in, get your work done, and a room over, you have your caregivers who are early childhood professionals who are working with your children. So if you want to pop in for a lunch break and sit with your child and learn and actually immerse in the lesson, you can do that. If you want to leave off site, you can also do that because you may just need a break or to run an errand. And it also helps with you're working with other people who are working remote or with entrepreneurship on the rise. You have an alternative. You may not always need 5 days of care from 8 o'clock until 5 p.m. You may just need a couple of days, a couple of hours for a project. You may want to come with your children or without. And so that's what made us create the child-friendly co-working space because I myself, needed it. It also helps to eliminate some of the guilt that we're working, and we're not able to go into our children's school or see them, or if we're homeschooling, it's like we're kind of homeschooling, but it's really like half effort. And it kind of came organically as, we'd be working on site and we'd have mothers who were nursing and they didn't want to come nurse and go all the way back. So it's like, hey, we got an extra room. How about you set up? And that's kind of how it came to be. I feel like jobs don't set up shop for childcare, so we have to create that solution. So if you got to do a project while your baby's dancing a baby shark, that's what you have to do. And the model works subscription based. So like I said, it's not 5 days set, it's flexible, and it just works for different types of parents. So that's Baby University. And Alexandria. Now she's leaving.
They have amazing timing, India.
Oh my goodness.
It's the best timing. I want to have a 4 and 5 year old's timing. Hi, Jillian here. If you were here 10 minutes earlier, my 5-year-old was also joining me. So just smile through it. You're doing amazing. What I'm curious about is staffing, and it's coming up for a number of industries, but in particular, the childcare industry has been hit really hard in this phenomenon that we're in, and wages have been going up, which often has a direct effect then on customer and pricing and access. And so I'm curious about how the co-working space in particular, with its sort of fluidity of customers, how talent and retaining talent is part of your growth plan.
So not only have we been extremely, I don't want to say lucky or blessed, I want to say we've been strategic. So in addition to paying our staff livable wages, including benefits, we also have co-teachers. So if someone comes 5 days, you'll have a teacher that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you'll have the Thursday, Friday. So that allows them, instead of being in a childcare space from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., it gives them the opportunity to actually have time for themselves and not burn out so quickly. Additionally, with the co-working space, we work in what we call pods. So if your child is 4 and someone else's child is 4 and a couple other people, you may be in a set of 4 and that's your pod. And the beauty of it is with the workers, if you want to go on vacation and you want to plan it with your pod, they can go. They're independent contractors. So they have a lot of control over what they do, and they establish the relationship with the parents and the families. We just ask that they contract for a certain amount of time, because I have a thing about once children establish trust and boundaries and the relationship, we ask that you keep that. And we do everything we possibly can. If that means less days, more money, they're really very spoiled, honestly. Valued. We'll say valued.
Hey, India, thank you so much for presenting this. This is a very I feel like in this space, especially in Metro Detroit, this is one of the childcare is one of the big challenges for us as a region in terms of bouncing back from this pandemic. And so this is a unique means of providing a solution to this challenge. I'm curious, as somebody without kids, that family planning is the talk of my entire house all the time, nonstop. You know, from the little bit I do know, how is, can you speak to kind of like the separation or the vetting process in terms of, I imagine there's probably some challenges of having a series of kind of, let's say, random adults in a space also kind of next to children, and how does that work exactly?
So security. So basically the area for children is only for the children. The adults cannot come in there. Just wander in there. So we have access keys, fobs, things of that nature. We always know who's on site. We know which children are on site. And additionally, that caregiver, this is their group. These are our children. So before someone comes into a certain section, they have to be let in. It's not like, oh, I'm just walking in here, hanging out, picking up a kid, because you can also interfere with the lessons, because again, we do want to focus on the education and the early development of children. So it's not just they're coming to play. We're learning. We're learning our ABCs. We're potty training. We're also socializing, learning how to share or express that we want to take turns. So security is definitely big. Additionally, you do have to apply to become a part of the co-working membership, because you do have the community. We want to open a sense of community. So we don't want everyone just in their little holes with their kids. I want to say I have a company and you do marketing. So we're co-working, but we're also working together. You have a 3-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. Oh, let's take them to swim lessons together. So it's co-working and it's childcare, but also like you get so lonely sometimes as a mom or a dad, and you're working remote, and you kind of just need that camaraderie.
Thank you so much for the model. I'm in love with pods, and I'm also in love with people who think about childcare as a way to ease a burden of working. So thank you for that. I will say that you actually kind of answered my question just a minute ago through your answer to Pierre, which was around like the early childhood development. So wanted to, just say that. Thank you for that. And
that is 5 minutes. Sorry to cut you off,
There it
Tasha.
All right, I know it goes so quickly. India, thank you. I love that we saw an aspiring entrepreneur make an appearance. I think that is great. And you know what? We saw an aspiring judge make an appearance in Jillian's video a little bit earlier. So I love it. I love it. I think it's great and very well done. So we'll let you go for now, but we will talk to you a little bit later. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. And rounding out up next, our final finalist for the established category and the entire pitch competition, we have Latasha Perry with Kids Like Mine. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, guys. Good.
Good. Thank you for joining us. We can see you. We can hear you. Always good start. And so how this works is when you start talking, Cece will start the 3-minute timer. She'll call time if she needs to. At 3 minutes, you can finish your sentence. Then you'll go into a 5-minute question and answer with the judges. So when you're ready, take it away.
So I want you guys to imagine dropping your child off to their very first ballet class with a huge smile on their face, only to pick them up with big crocodile tears. And so this is exactly what I experienced with my daughter after she was teased for wearing her hair in curly Afro puffs. My name is Latasha Perry, and I am a mom of 6 on a mission. And after my daughter was teased, I began searching for books that featured Black and brown protagonists with textured hair. And when I couldn't find any, I decided that I would write my own. So Hair Like Mine is the first in the series, and Skin Like Mine is the second. And it quickly became a fan favorite, reaching number 3 on Amazon's bestseller list. And Hair Like Mine is actually number 3, and it's a teacher's pick on Amazon list currently. So all 6 of the books have been translated into French and Spanish. There's 6 books in the series. And they sell all over the world, in stores in Paris and a few stores in Germany. Diverse books are extremely trendy right now. So you can see that more people are trying to write diverse books. But my books have been able to stand against really well-known authors such as Debbie Allen and Matthew, I think his name is Matthew Perry, actually. The books have been featured in People magazine, as well as on Good Morning America and MSNBC. So 65% of my sales are purchased through Amazon. Amazon takes a huge cut. In December alone, I sold 12,000 copies of my books. So Amazon made 30,000 off of the books. Of that, I got $8,000. So after Amazon took their cut, I was left with $8,000. So this is why I need your help. With $10,000, I can purchase targeted social media ads and market to a larger audience, driving the traffic to my website and encourage them to purchase directly from For Kids Like Mine as opposed to Amazon, in an effort for me to be able to keep more of my profits. With that, I could, I'm anticipating that sales are going to increase with increase of my presence on social media. So I'll need more.
3 minutes.
Okay.
Hi, Jillian here. Great job. The stories you're telling need to be put out there and told, and they're beautiful and lovely. And I was so excited to learn about your work through this process.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're just beautiful. And so you've got a customer here now. So, what I was wondering about is, in your proposal, you spoke to working with schools and as a potential customer, and certainly one that could buy in volume. And so I was just curious about your access to schools and your outreach plan or engagement plan to work with school districts and their purchasing power.
Yeah. So currently, the very first book, Hair Like Mine, was written in 2015. So since then, I've partnered with tons of schools all over Michigan. And so what they do is just contact me directly, and then we set up an author visit so that I'm able to go into the schools. The kids can see a real life author, ask questions, and then we do activities around diversity. So activities with skin color and textured hair and that type of thing.
Thank you.
Hi. Thanks so much. This is I was super excited when I did the quick Google search and I pulled up the different books and was checking them out. And it took me back in the day. I used to have I could have been one of the characters in book Hair Like Mine. Not anymore. Not anymore. Clearly, it's gone. But this is definitely a space where more is needed, and it's great to see a Michigan business that's grown and prospered in this space. I'm curious. I know your time got cut off a little bit. Amazon often can be a double-edged sword for small business owners. It gives you the exposure, right? We're probably all guilty of going to Amazon first and clicking that link. But I'm curious with the marketing, how, what's your plan in terms of guiding folks to the website? What does that look like? What does that, encompass, and making them kind of become transactional on your website as opposed to Amazon?
Yeah. So I do, like I said, 65% of the sales are through Amazon, but those other ones are in stores, and then they come to the website. So I do have, the good thing is I have customers who are faithful, and so they will continue to come directly to the website. But I think just from watching other authors and entrepreneurs, just being transparent and letting people know, when you purchase from my website, those proceeds come directly to me. And I think people can appreciate, and they like knowing those type of things, because they would rather give to the business themselves as opposed to Amazon. But like you said, most of my exposure has come from Amazon. So I'm grateful for that. However, when you see a $30,000 check and then it's cut to $8,000, it's like, oh, I got to do something to get some of that over to me. And so again, just watching other entrepreneurs and watching their growth, their social media growth, and then turning those, not just, I don't just want a large following, but I want to turn those followers into customers. And so marketing to them and making the products visible, because we know people are visible. So like I said, just cleaning up that my social media and letting people know what the products are, and then making it easy for them to click on the picture and it goes directly to the website.
Not so much a quick question here, only about like follow-on products. I bought the book. I'm guilty of buying on Amazon. I know better now. So I'm familiar with your product. Just, is there anything else you would do beyond, now that you're in this space, to enhance the product line that you have?
Well, I think I'm always trying to enhance it. So that's why I've gotten because I had a ton of customers saying, hey, I love your book, but I wish that you had a French or a different version. So that's why we just recently got them translated into French and got them translated into Spanish, just to make things more inclusive. We had hair like mine and skin like mine, but we had people say, hey, I really wish you had something. It seems like your products are for girls. So we got something for boys. So I'm constantly asking questions out there and saying, hey, what is it that you guys want? And more importantly, I ask my kids, what is it that you guys want? Because these products are for kids just like you guys. And so what is it that kids want to see? What kind of books do you guys want to read? And so I'm asking
Sorry to
them.
cut you off again, Latasha, but that's
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Great job, Latasha. Thank you so much for rounding us out this evening. We're going to let you go, but we will see you a little bit later. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, well, there we have it. So now, judges, you have a lot to consider and deliberate. And so we're going to let you all go to that super secret Zoom meeting where you will be finalizing your scores and deliberating. We won't see you again this evening on here. We know you'll be watching the awards presentation a little bit later. Thank you so much. Great job. Really thoughtful questions. Thanks for volunteering and putting in that time to read the business plans and to ask those good questions of the entrepreneurs. So we will let you go. Thanks so much. All right, Cece, it's you and me. Great job timing, by the way. First time timer. Good job.
Thank you. Thank
Was it
you.
a little nerve-wracking? Like, what if I push the wrong button? What if I...
Yeah, and like just making sure that I'm getting the time right and not feeling bad about cutting people off.
Oh, yeah, right. No, you did a great job. Great job. Well, hey, stick around a minute. Right now, we're going to go into the audience choice vote, which I think is everyone's like second favorite part of the night after the awards presentation. That's always the most exciting. And then everyone's like, I want to vote. I want to vote. So we are going to put the link to vote into the chat on both Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so there's going to be a link. And I think Rochelle is putting it in there pretty soon. And what you want to do is click that link. We're going to ask you for just some basic information in that form. So it's just going to be your name and your email. I want to make sure you only vote once. And then you're going to be able to choose your favorite pitch tonight. Cece, what does the audience choice winner win?
$1,000.
Yes, $1,000. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I was like, she's got this. I know she's got this. All right. So audience choice wins $1,000. The fun part about this is that it can be somebody who wins first, second, or third in their category. It can also be somebody who doesn't win, who just has a lot of support, gave a great presentation, and everybody is really excited about. So potentially somebody could be walking away with $11,000 tonight, which is not a bad haul for a 3-minute pitch and 5-minute Q&A. So it's like 8 minutes. I mean, that's really not bad. Okay, so again, reminder, click that link in the chat on Facebook or YouTube, whichever way you're watching. Click that, fill in your information, go ahead and vote. We'll leave it open for a few minutes, but we will close it at some point. We'll let you know when that happens. But Cece, you are our fill-in timer this week. And again, fantastic job. You've been with Michigan Women Forward for not quite a year, and you work in the Grand Rapids office. It's great. I'm in my office. Cece's over in her area. My door is closed, though, so there's no echo. So tell us a little bit about your role here at MWF and what you do as the Development and Events Coordinator.
Yeah, so I'm graduating soon, and I actually came to find, I know I'm very excited, at the end of April. So I actually came to find this position because I was just looking around on the internet. I felt really kind of down one day, and I was like, you know what, I need like some sort of empowering job, empowering internship, and I came across Michigan Women Forward, and I actually kind of like applied to a position that like was way over my head, but basically ended up getting a internship here. And what my job has kind of turned into has been really supporting like Kristen and Natalie, who are kind of new here, but also like supporting our financial giving programs with Power of 100, and just kind of helping out where I'm needed and helping out with events. So that's been really good, and it's been really great experience. So
yeah, well, we're so glad to have you here in our Grand Rapids office. And where are you graduating from this spring?
Oh, I'm graduating from Grand Valley with a degree in management, or well, a business admin degree, but my major is management, and have a minor in women, gender, and sexuality studies.
Right, very cool. So while we're talking to Cece here, another reminder, please click the link in the chat to vote for your audience choice. The winner of that vote will get $1,000 this evening. And so that could go a long way, especially if it's for someone who walks away with another cash prize. But if not, it's so great that someone was able to win something this evening. So this is your first, I know you've watched the other pitch competitions, but this is kind of like your first one being directly involved. So what did you think, like watching all of them on here? Just inspiring and kind of nerve-wracking, like you feel for them?
Yeah, so last semester I actually had a class where we had to create a business plan and do a pitch, and like that was our final project, was we had to do a 3-minute pitch. And it is tough. It is very hard to do, especially, I mean, I was in a classroom in front of other people, so that was hard, but I can't even imagine doing it like over a screen, not knowing how many people are watching. So I just really give them a lot of credit. And it's just so cool to see women presenting and just to see all of the ideas. And I get so many good ideas to tell my family about to support women businesses in Michigan. So it's just been really fun to like just see them and to watch, I'm excited to watch a lot of them grow too. So
yeah, that is exciting. We've got a lot of businesses to support, which is very cool. Well, okay, Cece, I'm gonna let you go because you've got like some homework and stuff to get back to, I'm sure. There's a lot of basketball to be watched too, which is that time of year. So we will we'll let you go. But thanks so much again for timing. We appreciate you. We'll see you a little bit later. Okay, so one more reminder. We're going to close this vote in just a minute. If you have not already clicked on the link to vote for your audience choice winner tonight, please do that. 1 vote per person. That's why we ask you to enter your name and your email address, please. We're really excited to see who that's going to be. That's always a fun one to find out a little bit later. So typically at this point, what we would do while we're waiting for the judges to deliberate is hear from some previous pitch winners. And it's always fun to have a few people in person when this was in person, but we are fortunate to have some videos actually this year. And so the first one that we are going to hear from is the winner of the Detroit pitch competition last year, Sally Moore, and she is with Parker Avenue Knits. So let's watch this.
Parker Avenue Knits is the product of my longing to create an inclusive Detroit knitting community. The last knit shop in Detroit closed its doors over 10 years ago, leaving a huge void in both the city and the art culture it was attracting. I participated in the Michigan Women Forward WomanUp and Pitch competition in February of 2021, where I got to do what I love most, talk about my business. Before the competition, I worked directly with a coach to evaluate my business plan, refine my pitch, and set up my roadmap to success. It was empowering to be able to share my dream and have a community to surround and support me through the journey. The idea for Parker Avenue Knits really resonated with the audience and the judges, and I'm proud to say that I won the competition. Winning the pitch competition wasn't just about the money. It was a real vote of confidence and assured me that I am on the right path. Entrepreneurship can be a long, challenging journey. However, having the support of Michigan Women Forward and a diverse community of incredible women business owners reminded me that I'm not on this journey alone. Seeing women and Black women successfully running businesses changes the narrative for the future entrepreneurs with dreams like mine. Representation is important, and I am proud to be pushing boundaries so that future women will have opportunities to open their own businesses and create the communities they want to be a part of. We plan to open Parker Avenue Knits the summer of 2021. I hope you will take the time to visit, relax, and maybe find a passion for knitting right here in Detroit.
Well, it's so great to hear from Sally. I have not had the opportunity to visit her shop yet, but I hope to do that very soon. Next up, we actually have someone who was not in the pitch competition. However, she's a client here with MWF. Her name is Betsy Murdoch, and she owns the Congregation in Detroit. I have been there, and I think she and Sally had a knitting event there this past summer. So very cool to see some entrepreneurs being able to network and work together in that way. But we have a short video from Betsy, so let's watch this.
The Congregation started as just an idea, a place we dreamt up that could be a real social hub in the community. In chatting with friends, neighbors, and family, it was obvious our community was longing for access to a local cafe, as well as a gathering place to meet friends and neighbors. Our dream then became to acquire the former church at the corner of Rosa Parks Boulevard and Atkinson Avenue, and transform it into a coffee shop, cafe, and community space. Now, where do I begin? I asked myself. I put my pen to paper and then was fortunate to be introduced to some resources, including the Build program and Tech Town's Retail Boot Camp. Through these programs is where I was introduced to Michigan Women Forward. I knew this was the organization that could help me bring my vision to life, and as a female entrepreneur, it really hit home with me that this organization was encouraging women in business. Michigan Women Forward was invaluable in terms of providing guidance and strategy for us to obtain funding. They were with me every step of the way as I refined our business plan to make it just right. We opened our doors in March of 2020, just 11 days before restaurants were forced to cease indoor dining as a result of the pandemic. It was not going to deter us. For 3 months, I ran the cafe by myself, and in late June, when I was able to bring my team back, we reopened and had an incredible summer season. We far surpassed any goals we may have had with only 50% capacity. We had to get creative. From music performances to fitness events, we put everything we had into promoting our venue. If anything, the pandemic encouraged us to keep pushing and realize that community is now more important than ever. And that is who we've created this space for, our community. Our community is the reason we are here and the reason we keep going. They've continued to support us through the first year in business while navigating a pandemic. We have so many regulars, and it warms my heart every day when people tell me how much this place means to them. Thank you, Michigan Women Forward. The impact you've had on my life and business is echoing throughout the Boston Edison and Atkinson communities.
Great update from Betsy, and I will probably very much be wanting one of those cups of coffee tomorrow morning. I can personally vouch for it. It's very good. Hey, one quick reminder before we pull in some other people here to talk a little bit. Please, if you are watching this on Facebook and or YouTube, go ahead and follow, subscribe, whatever it is that you have to do on that platform. We would love to be able to send you some updates and keep you informed about all the great things that are going on here at MWF. So with that, I do want to bring in Alexis Dishman, our Chief Lending Officer here at MWF. Hi, Alexis. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you today, Ellie?
Doing well. So thank you so much for joining us. So this is our third pitch competition this year. So what do you think about the pitches this evening?
Yeah, the pitches were great. The businesses are great. Just so much energy. Just keeps me motivated, and to continue to do the great work that we do at MWF.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay, great. Good evening. None of this would be possible without our sponsor, Consumers Energy Foundation. Let's watch a video from our sponsor.
When you think about caring for your community, what comes to mind? Maybe it's improving education or encouraging workforce development, fighting hunger or eliminating homelessness, preserving the environment, or supporting the arts. Consumers Energy has been giving back to Michigan for well over a century, and since 1990, we have been helping local communities grow and thrive through the Consumers Energy Foundation. Last year, Consumers Energy, our charitable foundation, employees, and retirees gave over $17.5 million to Michigan nonprofit organizations. We're investing in what's most important to Michigan: its people, our planet, and Michigan's prosperity. The Consumers Energy Foundation is committed to ensuring all Michigan residents thrive economically and have access to world-class educational resources. We're focused on creating grants that protect and strengthen the health and sustainability of our state's land, water, and air. And we're dedicated to ensuring Michigan's businesses and communities are growing with world-class resources. For more information on how the Consumers Energy Foundation is caring for our communities, visit consumersenergy.com/foundation.
Here with us this evening is Carolyn Bloodworth, Secretary and Treasurer for the Consumers Energy Foundation. And wow, it's not Carolyn, it's Tanya Berry.
It's not Tanya Berry.
Hi. Oh, it's so great to see you today. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So not Carolyn this time. You get Tanya.
No, but it's great to see you also. Did you enjoy the pitches this evening?
You know what? Absolutely. Let me tell you, every time I get an opportunity to participate, I jump to say yes. Whether I'm a judge, whether I get to show up to present the checks, because it is amazing. It gives me an opportunity to peek what's happening around the state, all the creativity, the innovative minds. It's absolutely amazing. I'm thrilled to be here. It lets me see what our grants are contributing, right? And at Consumers Energy, we are dedicated to make sure our businesses in the state of Michigan are growing and thriving. As the video mentioned, we commit to the triple bottom line: people, the planet, and definitely the prosperity for the state of Michigan. You know, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the past couple of years have been incredibly tough, particularly for our small businesses. And let's narrow that down a little bit to our women and minority businesses. And I'm proud to know that the foundation has contributed about $400,000, I think it is, to Michigan Women Forward to help these businesses survive and thrive. And that was part of the $3 million that we've contributed to small businesses all across the state, again, for minority and women-owned businesses. So we truly appreciate being here. We thank everyone for their participation, for those pitches, all that bravery, regardless if it's a technical challenge or the kids popping in. I appreciate seeing that. I had my dogs barking in the background. But, you know, all of this work positions Michigan for the state to be. And so I want to just congratulate everyone for the wonderful pitches tonight. And I'm excited for the winners.
Can't wait to see. Thank you so much, Tanya, for being here with us tonight and being a part of MWF and our work. We truly appreciate it. And thank you, Consumers Energy Foundation. Without them, these competitions and so many other support services would not be possible. Thank you again. MWF accelerates women's entrepreneurship through providing access to capital, education, mentorship to start or grow successful businesses. Women in business receive just 7% of venture funds for their startups. This is a bleak number considering the growth of entrepreneurship in the United States. 57.4% of the SBA microloan program went to women-owned and led businesses. Through MWF's Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, we work to eliminate barriers to business ownership and increase profitability and growth for women-owned businesses. Our goal is to make entrepreneurship less difficult so women have an equal chance at success. MWF's goal is to provide our entrepreneurs with collaborative opportunities to determine what resources will best assist them in building and growing their businesses. We offer a broad range of education options, including one-on-one meetings and workshops. At MWF, here to support women entrepreneurs at every stage of their business. We are focused on helping create sustainable businesses that enable them to take care of their families and create a legacy of wealth. We recognize that even the most promising businesses, new or existing, have difficulty obtaining much needed capital. To help entrepreneurs, MWF offers funding resources to start, build, and grow successful businesses. Though through MWF's microloan program, we are able to provide entrepreneurs with loans up to $50,000, regardless of the stage of their business. I proudly announce today that in January of 2022, Michigan Women Forward received certification from the U.S. Treasury Department as a community development financial institution. Many of you may be wondering what that means. This certification will enable MWF to expand its microloan program and technical assistance programs. At MWF, we believe that our support of entrepreneurs extends beyond capital. That's why we took our learnings from the pandemic and developed innovative programs to support sustainability of micro enterprises. One example of new innovative programs is our partnership with Canopy Social, Dynamics Technology, East Warren CDC, and the Kresge Foundation to develop a 6-month program to bridge the digital divide. The program included access to technology. Dynamic Technology Solutions donated laptops for every entrepreneur in the program. The laptop was set up with software like Microsoft Suite, Shopify, and QuickBooks. Technological education. Each entrepreneur receives step-by-step training on how to use QuickBooks, which is a critical accounting software provided by AD Accounting and Auditing compliance firm. Training on digital marketing. Entrepreneurs participated in weekly Let's Get Digital training classes provided by Canopy Social, designed to move small businesses' proficiency in digital marketing through a hybrid curriculum learning model. And all of those entrepreneurs at the end had websites. To learn more about Michigan Women Forward's innovative programs, I encourage you to view our website at www.miwf.org and subscribe to the WEI newsletter. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Alexis, for being with us. And we'll see you back here, same time, same place next week, right? For the food competition.
Can't wait. I wish it was in person because I really am I was looking forward to eating.
I know. There's a cotton candy company, and that's like my favorite. So, you know what? It's going to be a road trip at some point.
Absolutely. Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
Well, thanks so much. We'll let you go. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, before we get to the winner's announcement, we are just seconds away from that. I do want to give some shout outs and some thank yous. Thank you, Tanisha Greer, for hanging out in the green room this evening. The green room is our separate Zoom room that all the finalists are in. Before they come on over here, they all hang out in there. And I have it on a separate computer, and I can't hear, but I can just see what's going on. There's a lot of laughing. It seems like they're all having a really good time and interacting with each other and putting things in the chat. So thank you, Tanisha. You always do such a great job with that. Kind of keeping the finalists calm before the storm, right? Before the craziness, but they all did such a great job. We actually have the startup category ready to announce this evening. So with that, I'm going to bring back in Carolyn Casson with MWF. Hello, Carolyn. And Tanya Berry with Consumers Energy. Hello, Tanya. Tanya was a judge last year, so get to be in a slightly different role this year, handing out the prize money. Are you excited?
Super, super, super.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, we actually had, building the suspense a little bit, the audience choice was in the established category. So we're not going to announce that first because we have our startup first. So we'll do that second round, but I'm going to go ahead and take myself out, and I know that you two do the announcement. I'll do the drum roll, and I'll let you go to it.
Tanya, thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Consumers Energy, for your continued support of MWF and of these entrepreneurs. You have changed the lives of many people, and we've got 7 more. You're going to change the lives of tonight. They're just anxiously back there waiting. And thank you also to those judges. They were fantastic. They're pretty one of the few times when it's been pretty unanimous. And so it was a great experience tonight. I think they asked good questions, and we just really appreciate them. All right. I know this is the moment you've been waiting for, not to hear me say thank you, but my mother is up there watching, and you have to say thank you to all the people who help you. So we're going to start with the startup category winners. And Tanya, you're going to be the one that we're going to start with 3rd place. The $2,500 winner is Heart of Worship Dance Studio, Porsha.
Yay! Thank you.
Porsha, congratulations. You did such a great job. Everybody was so excited. This was very hard. There was less than a point difference in between some of these.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Now in second place. Now in second place for $5,000. Mouvit, Milan Bidari.
Yay!
Thank you. Great job. This was a tight category. There were so many really good startup companies. So,
all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the number 1 winner, the 1st place winner in the startup category is Zuke, Paula Tutman. You, Paula. That's you. Just jump around. You won. Look what you won. All right, the happy dance. That's great. Congratulations, Paula. Congratulations. Good for you. I'm telling you, it's like there's nothing going to go right.
Tonight. Sorry about that. I did private chat her. I said you won. Come off mute. But I think she's just really excited. So,
okay.
All right. Congratulations.
All right. Now let me announce the audience choice.
Actually, just give it 1 second because we're gonna switch everyone out real quick. I didn't get a chance to do that quite yet. So just give me 1 minute.
All right. Let me see if I have any more notes to myself to be sure to thank everybody. So my mother doesn't get mad at me up there watching me.
All right, they're coming on in. We'll just give them a couple of minutes here.
Okay. Yeah, literally one of the scores was less than, it was a decimal point of difference in what in the difference between 1st and 2nd place. So everybody is a winner in this contest. First of all, they made it through 150 other contestants to get to the top 10 here. So you have to think about.
All right, give me a few more seconds here.
Yep. So really. And Tanya, is it better to be a judge or giving out the money?
Well, I like giving out the money, but I will tell you, because I got to listen to, I felt like I just didn't get to come in and give the score. But I know we had some amazing judges that did a fabulous selection.
Yeah, they were tough though. Some of them were really tough.
Were they tough?
Yeah. It's the first time in all the years of that we've been doing this that anybody's given half points. So they're like,
Wow.
Great.
Okay, we are waiting for one more. Sorry about that. Hey, let's give a plug real quick for next week. It's our first ever statewide food competition. And so that'll be 5:30 on Facebook and YouTube next week as well. As Alexis mentioned, we're a little bummed that there's no samples, but it'll be really exciting.
All right, March 31st, right?
Yes, March 31st, and that's
last day of March. A perfect time to
across the state too. So that'll be different and kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Women food entrepreneurs, women go into food as a category, which is larger than almost any other category. Health and beauty and food are the
Great.
2 categories. So
We
that's
have
why we
everyone
chose
in,
to-
so we're ready for the
All
big
right.
announcements. Thanks
Everybody's
for
there.
waiting. Okay, it's just a little bit of a switch over there, but we're ready to go. So I'm gonna take myself out and let you two take over.
All right. Well, first of all, we're going to introduce the Audience Choice Award. This is the award that all of you voted for, and this is for $1,000. And Christy Howden, Pickleball.
Yay! Thank you.
The audience loved you.
Yay!
So congratulations. Now, in the established category, this is the harder category. These are businesses that are up and running. The 3rd place winner, $2,500. Baby University, India Armstrong.
Thank you so much.
You know, it was your sidekick there that helped you. that was.
I wasn't so sure. I was like, okay, this is gone.
No, I'm kidding. It was just a great. It was great. You did a good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's going to be very exciting to see what's next for you.
Thank you.
The 2nd place winner, $5,000. VMX International. Vicky Lewis. Hi.
Thank
Vicky.
you. Thank you
Good
very
job.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Consumers Energy. Thank you. Thank you to Michigan Women Forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky, for being a great entrepreneur. We can't wait to see how you soar.
Thank you.
All right, and last but certainly not least, right? This was a hard one. The 1st place winner goes to Kids Like Mine, Latasha Perry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're our 1st place winner, so go get them.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
We're all anxious to see, what you do with this and how we can help you and continue to help you. 'Cause
Okay.
that's really what it's all about, is helping each other, right?
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching tonight. Thank you again, Tanya and Consumers Energy. We could not do this without you, literally, because all that prize money came from Consumers Energy. If you enjoyed tonight, don't forget to tune in next week, March 31st, for our 4th and final competition, the statewide food pitch. And have a safe evening and go out and support an entrepreneur. Go buy something from a woman-owned business. Bye-bye. Thanks.